I'm trying to avoid to say that I enjoyed the book because it's such a dark topic, but it's a good read. You will definitely learn something. You will definitely realize something. The title of the book is My Dark Vanessa. The author is Kate Elizabeth Russell. It was published in publication date is important because it gives you a sense of what's the climate during the time the author wrote the book. Bagong-bago. 2020. Publication date is 2020. And I gotta say, kita ba to? Itong mga parang this cool perforation ng side ng book. Ganda niya, 'di ba? Maganda talaga siya tignan. Parang it gives character and it gives that a little something extra to the book. But honestly, hindi ko siya type kasi mahirap talagang it's hard to grip the page when you're turning it. There you go. That's just a bonus thing with this version, with this book format. It's about sexual abuse of a professor to a 15-year-old girl. And then, of course, when she was young, at the time, when she was still 15 years old. By the way, this is fiction, ha? When she was 15 years old, she didn't know it was sexual abuse, right? She was just thinking that this is real love, this is real emotions, and there's nothing wrong with what she was doing, and she really thought she was in control of everything. And then, fast forward to how many decades later, so 2 timelines siya. The timeline is when she was a teenager, and then the other timeline is the present timeline, which is 2017, parang ganyan, or 2018. And there were news, and there was a scandal because apparently somebody accused that same professor of a sexual misconduct. So that kind of brought back memories for her, but at the same time she was in denial because she thought that it was not sexual abuse. So it's a very serious topic. It's a very dark topic, but I liked it. I appreciated the way it was written. Like I said, it's a dark topic, and it's not easy to read, in a sense that it tackles a very disturbing scenarios in very dark and serious situations that are happening in real life. What I liked about it though is the way it was written. Parang ano siya it almost felt like a psychology study, like a psychology book, wherein stories of sexual abuse are not new, unfortunately, and there are a lot of books about sexual abuse. There are a lot of movies about it. But what's unique about this one, what I find unique about this one though, is it's a first person perspective. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the first person perspective of Vanessa, of the girl, and the author wrote it in such a way that you could read her own struggles. So it's almost like an examination of what's going on in her head. It's almost like reading it's like reading what's going on in her head and how she's trying time and time again to justify her actions, even though she is already struggling. Na-notice niya na she knew it, she recognized it, she's already struggling. She knew that, this doesn't feel right, this should not be right. But at the same time, she tries to fight it because she trusts the adult. So she fights that emotion. So for me, that was the brilliance of the book, and also her journey. Parang one of the things I said was that after reading this, and there are people who would ask, or there are media outlets, diba, usually, who would ask about women who suddenly came out and accused or who came out and finally outed their predator after 20 years, 30 years, and then the media outlets will ask, why now? Why just now? Why not say that 15 years ago? And you know why? Because it's hard. That's my realization here. Because it's not easy. It's hard. And if it takes 20, 30 years for a girl, a woman to say it, then that's the right time. For me, that's my key takeaway. Kasi yun yung yun yung main lesson, I think, because it's 2 timelines. So yeah. So that's, I would recommend this for, I would almost recommend it for psychology, for a psychology class. Just so you get to kind of examine what goes on in the mind of a child, and also of the predator, right? And I would recommend it for psychology students, for college siguro, not for high school, and kind of see how these kids, how these adolescents who are roughly the same age would react to this situation, right? For me, that would be valuable and interesting and valuable. So, yeah. So, I'm trying to avoid to say that I enjoyed the book because it's such a dark topic, but it's a good read. You will definitely learn something. You will definitely realize something. Ayun na. Natapos na rin siya. Tinapos niya na para sa akin.
Ba yan? Tatanong pa ako.